what I've learned along my journey is that there's no one woman, there's no two women that are the same. All of them are different.
That's a fact.
All of them are unique. So if you
Hmm.
lose a good one, you'll never find another one like that.
Right.
So if you
No.
find a good one, you better hold on for dear life.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold on to mine with two hands, man. She be trying to run away, but I try to tackle her sometimes. Like, nah, you ain't getting away. So
Hey, I'm trying to hold on with mine with two hands, two legs. You know, if I got to bite her, I'll bite her. I'm just kidding. I won't bite
look.
her.
But no, we really need to see that more often. That that's why I be affectionate to my wife in front of the boys and stuff like that, to show them like it's okay to love on a woman and stuff like that. I'm trying to show them good values that you're supposed to take care of a woman and stuff like that. So when they get their wives, they'll know how to treat them and know that family is very important. I think that's something that we're missing in this day and age, is the family aspect, because not nine's out of not gonna say nine's out of 10. It's just a lot of families that don't stay together. It's a lot of broken homes.
Yeah.
There's multiple homes, multiple houses, and stuff like that. So it's the family aspect is dying down. But when we gonna get back to actually starting families again?
It starts with us, man. As young black men, we gotta do the set the example for the generation of today and what that looks like. And I think that any successful black relationship in today's time needs to be built on principles that are agreed upon by the two people who are in that relationship, and everybody needs to be locked in. And I think
Hmm.
that sometimes people expect for nothing to ever happen and nothing to ever go wrong, and they love or they commit themselves with condition. And if you want to be in a successful and long lasting relationship that lasts and endures through tribulation, then you have got to be prepared to encounter some things that you may not have encountered before. And I think
Yeah.
that the best type of people to attach yourself to for your journey are not people that are with you when things are going good, but the people who
Right.
remain when adversity comes. Those people, when you're not being the best version of yourself, they're still there. Those are
Mhm.
the type of people that you want to attach yourself and journey yourself with. So I think it's important for us to set that example of surrounding ourselves with people who are like-minded and are headed in the same direction of us as us, and have no intention of plans to deviating or leaving us behind.
So what would you tell young people that's in a relationship now? Like, what would your be advice to young couples?
Focus on yourself.
Mm.
Sometimes we're looking for people that we're with to be better and to do better and to be different, or to change, and we're the ones that need to change. We're the ones that need to be better. And if you focus more on yourself and you be the best person for them rather than expecting them to be the best person for you, then you'll make it a whole lot farther. And sometimes we're expecting other people to do some things that we're not willing to do, and we're expecting people to be things that we're not willing to be, and we're not even willing to put in the work to be those things. And I think that sometimes we put the right expectations on the wrong people, but sometimes we don't have good enough expectations for ourselves. And I think that if
Mm.
you want to have a successful relationship, then you got to ask yourself, am I doing enough to make that person feel comfortable journeying through life with me? Am I being consistent for them to feel comfortable around me and put their
Mm.
trust in me? Am I showing them that I'm trustworthy? Do they feel safe with me?
Right.
That's not just about being physically safe. We're talking about emotionally safe.
Hmm.
To be able to feel free to say what's on their mind to you without hurting your feelings, and it's
Right.
something that is constructive rather than destructive. Because
Mm.
sometimes we take things that people are saying to us that are designed to help us the wrong way, and we allow those things to be destructive when really it should be constructive. And I think that if
Mm.
you're going to be in a relationship with somebody who is also iron, then you should be iron because iron sharpens iron. And there's going to be some friction when you sharpen each other.
So I got a question for you. You was talking about, starting with yourself.
Yeah.
So when was it, or what point of time when you realized like, okay, I need to work on myself because I don't like the person I am. I need to really change who I am. What point of your life that you felt like you have to change who you were?
Full transparency,
Hmm.
in the middle of my marriage,
Mm,
in
let's talk
the
about that.
middle of the marriage, things were going array, and they were getting out of control with everything that was happening. And I was expecting for the other person to do better and be better. And when I realized that they didn't have the capacity to be more than who they were in the moment that we were in, I took a look in the mirror and I said, if there's any chance of us making it, then I need to be better. So I took a look in the mirror and asked myself, what am I not doing? Um, what could I do better? And what areas of myself need to improve? And when I took the time to identify with some things about myself as a man, as a husband, and as a father that I could be doing better, then I really was able to position myself to navigate away from placing blame in my relationship on somebody else about where we were. And sometimes when you really take a look in the mirror, you identify that it's not always the other person's fault.
Right.
Sometimes you have your part to play in that too.
Mm,
And it's important as a man to identify when you're wrong and when you can do better and be a better man. And I identified where I was in that moment, and I determined that I could do better and be better. Now, sometimes when you do that, it doesn't mean that the other person will take heed and do better themselves. So
right.
sometimes you just got to do better and be better for you. And ultimately, it paid dividend into who I am today. Um, and we ended up headed in two different directions because I wanted to continue on being better than who I was the day before, and I didn't want to keep being who I was day after day and not changing and not elevating and not becoming more of who I'm supposed to be. So here we are today, and you got the best version of Dr. Eric Curry in front of you right now.
I mean, what was that? How long was that process though? Was it like immediately change, or did it take you some time to really come into the person that you are today?
It's a journey. I'm still becoming.
Mm,
I'm still becoming. And I think that whenever you feel like you've made it in your journey to where you can't grow anymore, then maybe you should consider that you're not as mature as you think you are, because true wisdom is understanding you never know as much as you think you do. And that includes things that you may or may not know about yourself. And I think that learning yourself and developing yourself and committing yourself to self development, it's a lifelong journey,
mm,
and there's always somebody that has been through more than you. There's always
right.
somebody who's something, and I think that if you continue on in your journey in life, you'll discover that life still has something to teach you.